Today, we're going to dive into a real challenge in the modern workplace. How do you build teams that are genuinely resilient, focused, and healthy, especially in a demanding professional landscape like the one we have here in Dubai? It's a question we've spent a lot of time answering at Pratimoksha. Does any of that sound familiar? I bet it does. Look, these feelings aren't signs that you're weak. They're your body's warning signals. They're telling you that the system has just been running under way too much pressure for way too long. And that's the reality for so many of us. So how do we actually fix this? Well, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at how that burnout just kind of creeps in. Then we'll talk about why those quick fix solutions almost always fail. From there, we'll share our philosophy for sustained change, take you inside a real session, and finally, unpack the incredible return on investing in true wellness. Okay, let's start right at the root of the problem, stress. It rarely announces itself. It builds up silently, quietly. Most of us don't even notice it until it's already got a grip on us, accumulating as this unseen pressure. In all our years working with teams across Dubai, we see the same things over and over. That nagging ache in your neck and shoulders, a mind that just refuses to clock out at 6 p.m., or that bone-deep fatigue that a full night's sleep just can't seem to shake. You know, these aren't just random bad days. They're symptoms of a much deeper pattern of burnout. And that brings us to a really crucial point. If this problem is so widespread, why do the typical corporate wellness solutions so often miss the mark? Especially right here, in the unique pressure cooker of Dubai. Let's be honest, Dubai's professional environment is incredibly demanding. You've got the long hours, the high expectations, the endless screen time, that's a given almost anywhere. But here, you layer on top these huge commute times and the unique pressures of expat life. It all combines to create a level of stress that a one-off workshop just can't touch. And right here is the key difference. Think about it. A one-off wellness day, it's a fun event, sure. It gives you some temporary relief. But sustained practice? That's about building resilience that lasts. It's not about feeling good for just a day. It's about changing wellness from a fun event into a foundational skill, one that actually gets to the root cause of the stress. So what does a sustained approach actually look like in practice? Well, at Pratimoksha, our entire philosophy is built on the deep expertise and wisdom of our founder, Lalitha Viswanath. This right here is the core belief from Lalitha that shapes absolutely everything we do. Wellness isn't something you just show up for once. It's a practice, a discipline you build. So our job isn't just to lead a class. It's to actually teach your team the discipline of self-care and resilience. This is why our Beyond at Work program isn't a single workshop. It's a structured 3-month journey. Why? Because genuine, sustainable change, the kind that truly rewires how your body and mind respond to stress, that takes time and consistency. It allows the benefits to really build on each other. And let me be clear, this is not a generic fitness class. It's a wellness module that's been designed with so much care. We actually customize the program for your team's specific professional demands. It's totally accessible for complete beginners. You don't need any experience at all. And the whole thing is deliberately progressive. So each session builds on the one before it to tackle both the physical and the mental sides of stress. Okay, so that's the philosophy, but what does this actually look and feel like? Let's pull back the curtain and walk through a typical session, which happens right there in your own office environment. So each 60-minute session is all about being practical. We start with some gentle warm-ups to get the body moving. Then we flow into movements you can do right at your chair and desk to release all that built-up tension. After that, we guide the team through specific breathing techniques, what we call pranayama, which are incredibly powerful for calming the nervous system. And we always close with simple meditation and relaxation to bring back focus and clarity. What we're really doing here is giving your team a holistic toolkit. They learn movements to get rid of that chronic tension, simple exercises to fix their posture, and breathwork to manage anxiety in the moment. They also learn meditation techniques for emotional stability and get insights from little talks on things like mindful eating. These are all tools they can use on their own, anytime, long after the program is over. So what's the real payoff for this kind of commitment? Let's talk about the return on wellness. Because believe me, the benefits are huge, and they show up for both your people and for the organization as a whole. For your team members, the impact is immediate and it's personal. They feel less physical pain, they notice their posture improving, and they gain this incredible ability to manage their own stress and emotions. And that leads to better focus, clearer thinking, and deeper sleep. They literally walk away with a practical set of tools for life. Now, those amazing individual benefits, they translate directly into business results. We see companies get a real boost in employee morale, a drop in stress-related absences, and what you end up with is a workforce that's more focused, more energized, and way more resilient. It's a powerful, visible commitment to their well-being, and that does wonders for your culture and retention. So we want to leave you with this one final thought to mull over. Is your team's wellness just another line item on the budget, a box you have to check, or is it a fundamental part of your culture? Our whole philosophy is that by building these self-sustaining tools for resilience, you're not just offering a perk, you're making well-being a core part of your company's success.